Adam Marcoux, 4 Jewelry Lane. I'm president of the Nashua Teachers Union. I'd come up with a really clever way to tie my comments into something on the agenda, and now I don't have to.
You can go ahead and do that.
Oh, okay. So I noticed in my packet the agenda for the schedule for the budget committee, and it got me thinking, as you enter budget season, some things cross my mind. There's a lot to say, but this is what ended up on paper. So I'm curious to know if it would surprise any of you that one of our schools only has a school psychologist 1 day a week. Would it surprise you that some of our schools only have a school psychologist 2 days a week? Would it surprise you that in a district our size, we have one behaviorist? Would it surprise you that most of our elementary schools do not have a second full-time administrator? Would it surprise you that we have less than 5 social workers for over 1,000 students? Would it surprise you that some schools exceed the guidance counselor per pupil ratio, so they have to borrow a counselor from another school? Would it surprise you that we have schools with ELL kids with no ELL teacher? Would it surprise you that we have a student-teacher ratio for ELL of 60 kids to 1 teacher? Would it surprise you that our special education costs in-district and out-of-district placement are on the rise, but in-district we may not have the capacity with special ed teachers and paras? Would it surprise you that some of our classes have not had updated texts or materials? The number I was given through someone was 15 years for some of those courses. Would it surprise you that many teachers fund their classrooms for basic items like paper, pencils, standard things that we need for school? So it doesn't surprise me because I've lived it every day since 2008 when I started teaching. And my colleagues live it every day. And we need help. Last year was the first budget presented by the school district that I'm not going to say that you ignored the mayor's threshold, but you pushed the limit. The superintendent came forward with a budget that we all kind of laughed and said, oh yeah, that will never happen in Nashua. But you know what? He came forward with that budget and said, this is what we need for our school district to be successful. We need these funds. We have suffered long enough under a spending cap era that, listen, I pay taxes in this city and I'm all about keeping spending reasonable. But I'm a teacher in this district. I have 3 kids in this district. I chose to live in this district because I believe in what we do in this district every day. And we need help. My colleagues and I need your help to go to the Board of Aldermen. We need the Board of Aldermen to help to address some of these things. What's changed the most in our district are our kids and their backgrounds and where they come from and what they bring to the table. That's not their fault. It's not their family's fault. It's the situation that they bring forward. What hasn't really changed is our budget. Yes, we have received funds and our budget has gone up and we are grateful for that. But sometimes that's not enough. And we need to figure out how we're going to address this would you be surprised list, because while those are the things on there, there's probably 100 other things. And how do you pick what goes on the list and what doesn't go on the list? I was criticized last year by members because I didn't come up and support or defend anything in the budget. Well, there wasn't a single thing last year that I thought was ridiculous or shouldn't have been in there. That includes ELL teachers, an assistant director in human resources, more paras, school psychologists. How do you pick which one is more important than the other? Because everything comes back to the most important thing, and those are the 11,000 kids in our district. And I look forward to sitting with you during budget season. Thank you.